WrestleMania 21 is a pretty interesting one because The Rock was in line to have two big matches at WrestleMania 21. The first one is The Rock versus Sting, which would have been, I guess, a dream match. Again, another weird mix because I don't think of Rock and
I've
Sting.
Never heard that one before. Where's that one?
So that was another thing that they had suggested us to The Rock. He was open to it. They went to Sting. He didn't want to do it. He thought about it. But then the plan was, well, what about The Rock and JBL for the WWE title? JBL had been the champion. He'd kind of beaten everyone in SmackDown. It makes sense. It's a big blockbuster match. You're going Hollywood. And then they forget that The Rock's contract runs out on December 31st, 2004. It expires. Nobody calls him. And he, funnily enough, took that quite badly and was not seen again for several years.
He was quite offended by it, wasn't he?
Well, you would be, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah, it's an affront, isn't it? It's just rude more than anything else. It's
uncouth.
It is. I think Rock probably felt like he was being punished because he was doing well outside of wrestling, and God forbid, somebody does that. And I don't think that's what it was. I think it was probably just a clerical error. That there's a lot going on in WWE at any one point. So, the contract of a guy who's not been on TV, all year, runs out. And then, I get why that could slip through the cracks. But, if you want him for WrestleMania, then you probably should make sure you've got him. So, but I mean, would he have won the title from JBL? Is that the plan?
Probably. I mean, I can't see JBL beating The Rock.
You never know. I don't know.
Because the whole thing is,
but then Rock would have had to stay and do more stuff.
They probably would have. Because he used to do that. He used to come back and do a couple of months stints here and there.
True, yeah. Back then he did. I guess by 2005 he was getting quite busy though.
Well, but also because they let his contract run out. He probably would have done a 2-month run or something.
True. I mean, it would have been interesting, but then he became a much bigger star by not going back, and when he eventually did come back, it turned the business around for them for a few years. So.
And funnily enough, the guy that he came back and had a big feud with was the guy who got the JBL spot at WrestleMania 21, John Cena.
Yeah.
Martin's favourite wrestler.
Well, look, it should have been Cena, so
yeah.
I think it was the right thing in the end.